To the first What Live Coding with AI podcast series. This is episode 1. My name is Jardin, and I am running a project called Bleeding Code, where we focus on how to use some of the latest features and coding practice, primarily focusing on React and JavaScript, online integrations, and those kind of things. So this is the first podcast episode. I'm using Restream.io to stream to multiple online platforms, including YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and more. And the podcast series will actually be hosted on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/bleeding code, but I will send links for everything else. All right. So what is live coding with AI? It's actually a bit of a look into my day where I will use a number of AI tools in order to make sure that I'm producing the best possible code for the real world projects. And what I'll be doing for these live coding podcasts is I will be taking certain things that I need to build, and instead of just running in and building it inside the client's environment or inside my client's projects, I will rather separate it into a compact interface like this. I'm using CodePen. I will design it. I will use AI. I will show you how I do what I do. And it will be interactive. You can ask questions. I will definitely look out for questions every couple of minutes, but I'll try and keep the session as flowy as possible. But yeah, it's just to see how can we use AI and how can we create the best possible scenarios or the best possible sets of code that we can use in the platform. All right, if we've got the tools, let's use it. All right. So today's topic is creating a randomized function. Now, for those who think, okay, but there's like 50 ways to create a randomized function, that's great. I have a specific one in mind. In fact, I have a project that I'm busy working on called DSOOps. DSOOps is an online portal designed in React.js, and it interacts with the DSO blockchain. It's a layer 1 blockchain, which is designed for social media capabilities. And many content creators will be on this platform, and you are able to invest in these content creators. Now, what happens is this DSOOps portal allows these content creators to distribute royalties and rewards back to their NFT holders or their token holders, and so on and so forth. I won't get into the details of that, but the reason why I'm mentioning this is because one of the features that I want to provide the content creator is to be able to randomly select 1 or 2 or 5 of their token holders as part of some sort of competition. So they'll usually go and distribute tokens to them, as you can see below, but they might want to say, listen, for this month, a lucky person or 3 lucky people will be able to receive an NFT of sorts or whatever, so it's just providing the content creator with this randomized functionality. So now, instead of just using basic randomized capabilities inside here, I want to provide something that's really quite powerful. So something that we could tell, should it randomize, should it perform randomization to guarantee true unique randomness, or do we want it rather for performance, right? That's the first thing. The second one is we should be able to tell it how many results it should return. We should be able to give it various inputs, like it could be a string, it could be an array, it could be an object, and tell it how to understand what to do and how to return the results. The thing is, like if you take a look over this, this person could maybe decide either they want to randomize their token holders or they want to randomize their followers or who they're following. Now, each one of these are separate APIs and return data sets in separate various formats. One returns it as a simple array. The other one returns it as an array of nested objects. So the point that I'm trying to make over here is that sometimes the inputs have different result sets. But what we could do is we could maybe create this randomized function in such a way that we can pass it to it. If it's easy enough, we could pass it to the random function and tell it how to interpret what we pass into it. It might be a string, a comma-separated value of users. And then we could pass it to the randomized function and say, listen, use commas as a separator, create an array from it, and then randomize and return the result set back to me. And yeah, so that's actually what I want to try and do instead of just using a generic random. And then I'll have it online on CodePen and everyone else can use it. And by all means, you are welcome to provide suggestions. If you are watching this live, you can definitely interact with me, provide suggestions. I will be monitoring the comment feeds as much as possible. Okay. So ask advice, suggestions. I'm an open book. You can definitely even tell me if I'm doing something wrong. I will, if you're watching this as a replay, by the way, there are chapters. There should be chapters everywhere, and depends on how long you give me after I finish this recording. But my intention is to have chapters so that you can move to various sections inside here without wondering where to discuss what. Okay, so don't worry about that. Okay, so now let's get going with it. What I want to do first is I want to show you that you can actually join me on a live on an actual live coding interface. So you should be able to see a pop-up over here, and if you go to bit.ly live code pen, you'll be able to access the code pen that I'm going to be working with, and you'll be able to actually see me coding live as well. Unfortunately, there's only a maximum of 10 people that will be able to join, but as people leave, others will be able to jump in as well. So don't be shy and join there. That feature is available. You don't even have to be signed in. It's good to go. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start a timer, and we're going to kick this off. We're going to start having a chat with AI, and we're going to start getting this ball rolling. All right. Let's go. Let's do one for 15. There we go. Okay. We are live, people. Good. So I made a couple of notes here in this JavaScript. I'm using CodePen. And again, if you just go to bit.ly/live CodePen, you will be able to actually access this as well. But for now, let's just take a look at some of the things that I want to create. So I want to pass a string, array, or object and return X random values. I want to determine what values are being returned. Allow the option for duplicates. Sure, why not? If a string, provide a separator, if array, and let's see what else AI can now do for us. So if I go to AI, and I did kind of create this, I didn't want everyone to sort of sit here and wait for me to type this out, but let's go to Bard. So I'm at bard.google.com. It's free. It's very similar to GPT, and all you need to do is just log in with a Google account, and off you go. So just open this up on your browser, and you've got AI at your fingertips. So I'm going to go and pass this message. I want to create a randomize function using JavaScript that takes a string, array, or object and returns X random results back to me. I also want to apply best practices and optimization. What info do you require from me before providing me with the recommended instructions on how best to approach the design of this randomized function? So let's go ahead and submit this to Bard and see what is returned from this. Between Bard and GPT, I enjoy using both. GPT is actually very, very great, especially if you're using GPT-4. It's very, very good in understanding what it is you want. And it kind of, GPT is like a professor versus Bard. Bard's like your sort of senior architect, whereas GPT is like a professor that teaches. Bard kind of just says, listen, do this, and but it knows everything. Like it's very good. All right. So between the two, it's very difficult sometimes to decide. And I will say this: GPT's knowledge base ends by the end of September 2021. GPT's knowledge base sort of stops there. So even though GPT might be able to understand your questions better and provide you very detailed explanatory options, it won't be able to tell you what the latest version of React is or what the latest JavaScript standards are, because its knowledge base on that ends in September 2021, and everything else is sort of GPT is sort of learning ad hoc. And I do find that I have to go to Bard, and Bard is much better at this. So it will Bard will actually tell me, listen, yeah, React 18, or that's a bad example. React 18 was like launched a while ago, but whatever, the latest version of this was released on this date, and these standards are now recommended. But Bard will be able to sort of give you some of that stuff. So coming back to the question we asked, so let's see. Sure, I can help you with that. Here's the information I need from you before providing recommended instructions on how best to approach. All right, good. What is the data type of the input data? Is it a string, an array, or an object? Okay. How many random results do you want? Do you have any specific requirements for the randomness of the results? Do you want the results to be uniformly distributed, or you want to bias the results towards certain items? No, I don't care about that too much right now. Are there any performance requirements? Yes. So I can see over here, some general best practices for designing a randomize. So it's good to go and see this. Use the math.random to generate random numbers. use a loop to iterate through the input, but we're going to have it design this function for us. So here are some specific optimizations that you can apply. The math.floor converts the random numbers to integers, shuffle input data before selecting. And again, we are going to have Bard sort this out for us. So what we can do now is go and answer these questions. What is the data type of the input data? All right. So let's do this. One, for the input data type, if it's a string, we will need to provide. Let's see if I can do this. Allow my microphone. Point number one. Point number one. If it's a string, we need to provide what the separator will be so that it can separate the values, convert them into an array, and then randomize the result. Okay. So this is not going to work. We'll do that. 2. Here we go. If it's an array, oh man. Okay, so yeah, that's not giving us what we want. Sorry, everyone. I thought that I could get away with some audio, but I don't think it's going to work. If it's a string, we need what's good is that it's more important to provide context than what it is to be articulate when it comes to Bard. I know it's weird saying that, but it can actually understand. Sometimes you can provide like shortened words or shortened statements, and it understands what you're saying. What's more important is to provide context and depth into what it is that you want. So if it's an array, simply randomize, simply fetch random results. Simply return random results entries. Okay, so that's a good one. 3, if it's an object. This one's quite interesting, but right now, if it's an object, then what we want to do is we want to loop through the key props. Props and return its result. Okay, so we'll just say randomly loop through and select the prop values from X key props. So there we go. We've got if it's a string, an array, or an object. Now, what I also want to do is I want to say we need to provide the function a value, the amount of results to return. Okay. But 1 should be default if nothing is provided. Okay, so that's why I make it bulletproof over there. 5, we need an option to tell the function to randomize for performance or for for genuine. Okay. I think that's also good. So data type, how many random results do you want to return? Do you have any specific requirements? For example, do you want the results to be uniformly, or do you want to be biased? Are there any performance requirements? I think we're kind of answering this. One more over here is we need to we need to allow for duplicate by passing a Boolean param to the function. Okay, so we've now provided more context, and we can say over here, are there any other questions you have before designing this function for us? What happens now? I wonder if it knew that it was going to design the function for us. So I think it was hoping that we would go ahead and do it ourselves. No, that's all the information I need. Okay. Based on your requirements, I can design a randomized function that meets your needs. Here is the function. So let's take a look at this. We've got the input, we've got the separator, we've got X, performance, and duplicates. Okay, so check the input type. If it's a string, we split it into, okay, that's good. Else if it's an object, then create an array of the object's property values. Input is equal to object.values input. Okay. That's pretty interesting. Set the default value for X. If X is equal to undefined, X is equal to 1. But couldn't we have just passed that over there? I wonder. If performance is equal to true, use the array prototype.shuffle method to shuffle the input array. That's pretty cool. Otherwise, use the math.random method to generate random numbers. Okay. I like what it's doing. Check for duplicates. So if duplicates is equal to 2, return the first X items in the shuffled array. Otherwise, remove the duplicates. Array.fromSent. I didn't even know you could actually do that. Okay. All right. Let us go and copy this and put it into CodePen. Here's the copy. There we go. Let's go and see how this lands up looking for us. All right. So what I can do over here now is create two test cases where a string will be used, passed to the function. Input, this is a string. X is 2, performance is true. Expected output, this is a string. Yes, because it is only 2. Oh, no, it will be 4 values. That's interesting. Okay. Test case, this is a string with a separator. I don't think I know what this thing's doing. But let's go and say this, all right? So the input is this is a string. So let's go and test, because according to this, that's going to be the output, which is quite strange. So let's go and randomize. Right. So we'll say this is a string. What's the option? Separator, X performance duplicate. So separator is a space, 2, true, true. Space, 2, true, true. So space, 2, true, true. Here, input.shuffle is not a function. Okay. So let's go here. All right. Can I edit this? No. I have to go and edit the top one? Man, Well, that's just great. Okay, so it doesn't seem like you can go and edit this. Okay, so seems the randomize function you created cannot be run on the browser. I'm receiving an error. Let's see, where are we? Uncaught type error. Input.shuffle is not a function. But you know what? I don't think that's the problem. Shuffle's not the fun. It doesn't know what the input is. I passed the input as a string. So let's just go here. If type of input, but it wants to shuffle. Input is equal to input.split separator. So what we're going to do here is console log input, so we can go and see. Yeah, that's how I thought it would come through. All right. So that's good. Console.log input. Then this shuffle, yeah. Use the array.prototype.shuffle method to shuffle the input array. So shouldn't it have been that rather? Cannot read properties undefined. Okay, so let's take a moment, all right? So obviously I'm doing a little bit of troubleshooting over here. It doesn't seem to be working. And I will, before I send this through to Bart to help it explain what's going on, let's see if anyone in the chat rooms are have any suggestions for me while we're at this time. All right, so I'm going to take a minute and go into a quick Q&A. So far all looks good. So far all looks good. No comments right now, it seems. For those who are able to comment, if you're on Kick or you're on Twitter or on LinkedIn, I do apologize. I'll try and see if I can quickly check if there are comments on Twitter. And so far, okay, cool. So I'm going to then carry on, and let's go ahead and get this working. All right. So I'm going to say over here, when running the function using your first test case, receive the following error. You are correct. The randomize function will throw an error if you pass a string to it and the performance option is set to true. This is because array only works on arrays, not strings, but we converted it. To fix this, you can change the randomize function that it only uses array of the input if the input is an array. But we converted it to an array. No, but you see, I can confirm that. In fact, maybe we should just double check that. Let's go here, because now we were happy that the input over here was an array. But why? Let's go and see what it is over here. See, it's still an array. So why is it a problem to shuffle it? Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to say when running the function, I can confirm that the input variable is an array and has the following result when passed to the shuffle. Right, so let's do this, and let's go here, and let's pass this, because it's an array. See what it says now. It's a silly thing. I should actually, this is sometimes when one just goes and Googles the answer. The function will throw if the input is a string because the shuffle method is only defined for arrays. To fix this, I can change the code and only use shuffle if the input is an array. Here is the updated code, but that's nonsense. So input is equal to input.split separator, split that string into an array, and then I don't agree with that. Okay, so let's go and do our own little check over here. Hear you because you're making a noise. So console.log. And let's do, let's copy that value. Completely ignored what I said over here. See, this is also sometimes I think GPT would have managed this a little bit better. In fact, we should probably go and see how GPT would do this. So console.log dot shuffle. So don't do this. Why is the following code returning an error of shuffle is undefined? Let's go and ask GPT. The following code returning because the shuffle method is only defined for arrays. The code you provided is trying to call the shuffle method on a string, which is not an array, but that is nonsense. No, man. Okay. Let's try GPT. Okay, that's new. Let's the area is not a built-in function for lists in. Oh, sorry. Let me be more context. JavaScript code returning an error of shuffle is undefined in the browser. Now we've given more context. You see. Let's see what it says now. Yes, okay. To shuffle the elements of an array in JavaScript, you can create a custom shuffle function. Here's an example of a simple array shuffling a function. You see, so that's actually what's happening is the array.shuffle. And here's where I'm going to ask Bart, is array.prototype.shuffle supported on browsers? Honestly, I don't know. However, there are some older browsers that do not support the array shuffle method. If you need to support these browsers, you can use a polyfill to add to the array method browser. So here's an example. Did it give us more or less the same as what it gave us? Math.for, math.random, x plus 1? Yeah, cool. Okay, let's use that rather than. So we're going to go here, and we're just going to say, like internal, or yeah, we're going to general functions. Okay, function shuffle array. There we go. So now we can go and to this, and we can say shuffle the input. That should do it. And let's comment that out and run that. Beautiful. Okay. So now we can see that this is a string and the return result. And we can let's just do this. Just so that we know which one is the result. So that you see, this is perfect. It's doing it exactly right. Whereas Bard's test cases on top over here are actually misleading, because according to Bard, where are we? According to Bard, this is a string where that separator would return these two. I mean, that's not right. And this over here, this is a string with a separator of dash with 3. That doesn't seem right as well. Let's go and say that what that is. Yes, you see, there is no dash separator. I don't know how Bard came up with that, but anyways, we are happy that the generics of this is working. We've got our shuffle method. And now what we need to do is rather try and create use tests ourselves. All right. I'm going to try now we're going to use GPT. Okay. And let's try this now. We wanted Bard to create test cases for us, but we can actually use GPT to generate. Okay. Using the following function, which needs to randomize the input, which could be a string array or object. Okay, using the following function, which needs to randomize create 2 test cases. Should the input be a string? I think that should be good enough. Okay. In this test case, the input is, this is a test string with a space as the separator. The function will split the string into array using the separator. It will then shuffle the array, assuming that it's defined elsewhere in your code. Yes, it is. Thank you. Since the performance option is set to true, finally, it will remove duplicate items from the shuffled array and return the first 3 items. The expected output can be an array of 3. So that's nice. That's pretty cool. Let's copy this code and let's go over here and let's tests. Okay. Okay, cool. And how do I rerun this? Hello. But I actually changed something. Clear. Oh, okay. I think I'm using CodePen wrong. Sorry, everyone. I should be able to actually just do that. Sorry about that. Okay. So if I run that again, we can see that it keeps changing it. String is test string string. Yes, pretty cool. Okay, so I'm happy that that's fine. So what we'll do is we'll set the performance to false. And let's run this now. Okay. So now the performance is false. The duplicates are false. All right. So now with performance, if performance is true, and also, like you can just do that. If performance, use an array prototype.shuffle, else use the math.random method to generate random numbers, and then okay, but okay, so this does, so the input is now that use the math.random to generate random numbers. Okay, so now what we want to do is let's just go, I think GPT is giving us a little bit more to work with over here. So I'm just going to say over here, if we use test case 1 and set performance to false, I think good, hey? Yeah, and set the performance to false, we are receiving random indexes of the array instead of the values. What can we include right after? How cool is it to do stuff like this? I mean, we're going to get dumb. After the input.map. After the input.map. Cool. Let's see now. Okay, you're in a hurry. If you want to retrieve the values, instead of using the random indexes, you can modify the code for the input.map. So it does a map, and then it does a map index over here. All right. That's pretty cool. Let's copy this whole thing. So we're doing this over here. Okay. So now, very cool. Why is it only returning 2? Okay, so let's just quickly see over here. With updated, when the performance is set to false, it will generate index using that, and then map those indexes to their 3 corresponding values. The expected output will be an array of 3 unique random words from the original string. Okay, so your updated, the function you provided is now returning the actual values and not the indexes, but it's only returning 2 values instead of 3. Let's see what it says. I love this. Apologies for the confusion. It seems there was an error in the code snippet I provided. To ensure that randomize function returns the correct number of values and the performance, we need to modify the code further. So the code creates an array of indexes from 0 to that, shuffles them randomly using the sort method with a custom comparison function, selects the first X index, and finally maps those indexes to the corresponding. So the updated test case. Yeah. All right, cool. So let's just go and copy that and put that over there, and then that should fix the problem. I wouldn't have known this. Okay, where are we? Oh, wait, it's that. Oh, there we go. That's working. Good. And if we go here and we just set this to 1, then you just got to give it time to. All right, good. So that's working. Performance. And if we set performance to true, just wait for it to reload. There we go. There we go. So this is working great. Our what's the name is getting there. Okay, I'm happy with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab another quick Q&A break, and let's go and see if there are any questions from anyone. Okay. So first things of the first of a year. Let's first show that, and then chat. Anything? No, we're good for now. I don't think there's much questions over here. We're all good, it seems. I do apologize if I'm not able to check some of the questions on other platforms, but this is the first time I'm kind of doing these live code streams. I'm really hoping that everyone's enjoying this. But yeah, let's carry on, and let's go and watch me go. Yeah, sorry. There we go. Good. We are back in action, everyone. So now we know that the performance works, whether for true and false. Now let's go and punch a value of 3, and let's go and set the duplicates to true. And this means that it should, in some cases, return the same value more than once. Okay, so let's go and clear this. Watch out, return this twice at the same time. String this. Not exactly. You know what? I'm being silly. So this is a test string, and this is another test string. Here we go. So now let's go and test this. There we go. Is. So it is allowing duplicates. All right. And it's still random, but it can allow duplicates. Now, if we say duplicates is false, let's let it refresh. Test. This is another test. Test is okay. I don't think it is. Yeah, it's not allowing duplicates to come through. So that's brilliant. Now, one more thing, everyone. What about case sensitivity? Why don't we go and test that as well? Because what if I do this, and this is another test string? The question is, will it consider that a duplicate, yes or no? So let's go and clear this with duplicates set to false. Okay, it seems, yeah, it's not allowing duplicates. Okay, so now we set this to true. Here, let's see. Here we go. So now it's considering this a duplicate. Or I mean, it's allowing it. It wasn't allowing it before. We would have hit one. I mean, I did about 10 tests. So I think we're good where it comes to if duplicates are allowed, and it's not case sensitive. That is brilliant. Okay. Now, what happens if we set the performance to false? Is it going to give us the same behavior? Right. So let's clear this. So what we're saying is performance is false and duplicates should be allowed. There we go. Okay. Duplicates are being allowed. So we did catch one. Now let's go and set duplicates to false. You see. Oh, wait. Yes. Okay. So when the performance is set to false and duplicates is set to false, it's not doing a casing check on the values. All right. So If we go, yeah, performance is, where's the performance? If performance is true, the shuffle function over here is not comparing So let's see how quickly. Actually, for the sake of time, and because we have AI at our fingertips, please rewrite the following function so that if we state that duplicates are not allowed, please write the following function. So that if we pass that duplicate values are allowed or not, it returns the result correctly. I'm not going to go in. I mean, GPT by this time knows exactly what I want. Right, let's go. Okay. I trust this is good. So I'll go here and I will update this shuffle array. Oh, my bad. What did I do wrong here? Copy code. There you go. And wherever this is called, so if performance, it will be and then duplicate, say. That's the, yes, okay. Good. So now, that should work. Clear. Another test is another test is. So we are saying duplicates is false. Test. Oh, did I ask the question correctly, or what, am I being stupid? What? Please rewrite the following function so that if we pass that duplicate values are allowed or not, it returns the result correctly and is case insensitive. Sorry about that. I don't even know if I'm spelling that correctly. But let's go and see. My bad. There we go. So here's the modified version. Right. Okay. I think this is going to give us what we want. I'm starting to feel like I might have gone in a different route with this. But let's go and see what's happening here. It's clear. Come on, work. Duplicates is false. Okay. Let's do this. If I pass an input of to the randomize function with performance equal to true, we are still receiving duplicate values because yeah, the shuffle function. Let's see if it can. So apologies, the issue lies in the usage of the shuffle function, which doesn't take into account case-insensitive comparison and uniqueness requirements. To address this, we can modify the randomize function to use the case-insensitive comparison and unique shuffling. Here's an updated. Okay, let's see what it did now. All right, so that's our there. If default value performance is true, then it will just shuffle. And then, like in this case, it's not taking the duplicates. So with this updated code, the randomize function now correctly handles case insensitive. That's strange. It honestly thinks its code's still working. So let's just say console.log shuffle, and then array allow. Okay. Man, I'm silly. I'm being silly. We've set the performance. It's not even going through the shuffle. It's going through, yeah. It's the math.random that's not working. The shuffle is working. So if we go and set the performance to true, then it's obviously going to be using. So performance is true, duplicates is false, and we should not get. Let me just take this out. Now let's run about 10 test runs over here, just to be sure. Because we're dealing with randomness. What? Right. So something broke. The shuffle doesn't seem to be working anymore. Let's rewrite. Oh, let's go back to Bart's shuffle method. It seemed to be working. I went and stuffed this all up here. Oh, come on. This was working, man. So let's just put that back over there. Performance is true, which means we're going to use the shuffle array, and duplicates are not allowed. Let's go. Okay. Duplicates are not allowed. If we go back here quickly and we just say, where is... Oh, we're looking in the wrong place. We shouldn't be actually refactoring that. What we should be doing is rather saying, okay, so this is what we should be doing, okay? Rewrite the following JS function to perform case insensitive checks before removing. Okay. So I'm just going to say, the following JS function is used, or the following JS is used to remove duplicates. from the array, from an array, but is not performing a case insensitive check. Please fix. Okay. So you can modify the code. So we're first going to do this unique array. Okay, so it wants us to say that we can first do unique array. Then we can now go and update this logic here. I love how it knows where in the randomize function it wants me to go and fix it. I mean, I never told it. I just sent it some JavaScript and it went and found where this was in the randomize function that we pasted initially, and it's allowing me to go and just fix this up. So this is very, very cool. If we go to return, okay, okay, identify input has already been declared. Wait, 64. Okay, now what's wrong here? Am I missing? Let's just go back. Okay, this was the original one. Are we working? This must actually happen inside the function. Sorry. Let's go back here. Basically allowing us to inline function, right? Inline function. So let's now go back here and paste that, and then we should be fine. Okay, so now let's coming back over here. We're saying that the performance is set to true and duplicates are not allowed. Why is it only returning 3 now? Oh, okay. Once again, it needs to do some sort of... The shuffle is only returning 2 values. Okay. Where was that shuffle? That it fixed. No. Come on. Oh, yeah. The function you provided is now returning. The input.map. Okay, good. Sorry for that, everyone. So, oh, but this is good. This is right. So now let's go and just do a console.log C duplicate array check, just to see what is it 2 values here before this unique array or after the unique array. So we're going to do input over here. Come on, and clear. I'm going to run. So this is array check. And then that gets grabbed. So obviously it's a full array still at this time. Yes. Oh, this is not required anymore, by the way. So the shuffle. Yeah, I think it's, honestly, I think the problem is over here. We slicing and returning that, but over here, the code that they provided, so just going over here, if duplicates equal to false, and x is equal to 3, then only two results are being returned. Okay. To ensure that the randomize function returns the correct number of results, we need to adjust the code accordingly. So if duplicates is equal to true, now, okay. Let's go and copy that. That should give us what we need now. There we go. Okay. I think we're good. All right. So now we're happy that if performance is true and duplicates are false, that it's working. So now what we're going to do is change it to true. And we're going to go and run this again. And now performance is still true, but it should allow. There we go. We're happy. It's allowing duplicates. Okay. But now if what's the next one? If performance is false and duplicates are true, let's go and see this. Okay. Here we go. We're happy. That works. Good. Okay. And be, here we go. All right. Be a little bit more. But if performance is true and duplicates are, oh wait, sorry, performance is false and duplicates are false. Let's go for it. Why only 2 is returned? What? Okay, so if performance is false, okay, so we say if duplicates is false and x is 3, then only 2 results have been returned. Okay, so if now if performance is false and duplicates is false, I am receiving 2 values in intermittently. So am I right? If performance is false and duplicates is false, I'm receiving 2 values 3 values most of the time. But 2 values in rare cases. I think that's fair. So what did it think was wrong? It seems there was still an issue in the code that handles the case when performance is false and duplicates are not allowed. Here's the correct code. I love how it's fixing itself. It's actually pretty cool. Okay, so now there's a whole, seems getting a little bit advanced here. Okay, we might have to just sort of convert this and clean it up, but for now, we just care about it working. So from here to here. See, that's what worries me. Let's just get it working. Now we got to do tests. And I think, this is important, everyone, is that we go and fix this code. We can go and test now and say, right, performance is false, duplicates is false. I go and try these things. Okay, so what now? Something wrong? Is something... let's reload this. Maybe it's a bug somewhere. Who knows? Let's go here. All right. Let's just run this. This is not working at all. Okay. Did I lose internet or something? No. Wait. Is it looping somewhere? I think it's looping. If we undo... Oh, we can't undo. Hey, man. All right. Let's go back to the original one that it gave us. This seemed to be fine, but it was giving us the two issues, but we weren't getting like this loop result back. Okay, come on. Oh. Come on. Copy code. Okay. All right, let's go back to this issue where it was at least giving us results. There we go. Okay. Now we're getting these two again. All right. So let's take a quick break. I think my brain is frying over here. I want to go and check if we have any questions. All right, good. I got a comment from Piwangi on Kik. Hi, how you doing? Thanks so much for joining. Very, very cool. And I can't say hi back though. Sorry. So if you can hear me on the screen, hi back. I can only comment back on YouTube and on Twitch. So thanks so much for joining. And we are towards the end. I mean, we've been going for about an hour now. I think an hour and 8 minutes. We've reached a point where our function's gotten a little bit involved. AI is giving us a hard time because it doesn't seem to know what it's doing. It's learning from its mistakes. So, I mean, we'll have to just deal with that. But what else over here? I think what I'd like to do to close this off, we want to make sure that this function is working. And I think at the very least, I want to end off this session to do that. And then we can, and then what I'll do is in the next episode, when I want to visualize this, I will have the completed code available on CodePen and everyone will be able to access it. All right. If you haven't yet, please, if you're enjoying what you've seen over here, follow, like, subscribe on whatever platform you're on. I really appreciate it. It's always very, very valued. And if you have any questions, post the questions. Even if you're on Twitter right now, don't worry about it. I will go and check for the questions and I will go and provide answers as best I can. How about we go and fix this this last issue so that we can get randomizing working like a bomb for string arrays and then and get that out the way so that it's available on CodePen so everyone can already start using this. Okay, cool. Let's get this fixed and working. Okay. If we go and to the randomize, the problem we're having is that when the shuffle function, all right, so maybe what we should do is we should say rewrite Now okay, so I'm going to try something different here with GPT. I'm going to go and say, rewrite the following shuffle function. But just take a step backwards. I don't think the problem is maybe the shuffling. The problem is returning the result, yeah, by duplicates. I think that's the problem over here, right? The unique array. So we're slicing and we're filtering to make sure. I think the unique array is the problem, because if we go, yeah, we did this earlier on. If I did a console.log on the input, the problem is not the shuffle. The problem is that it's returning only 2 results to us. Okay, that was the problem. So I think GPT led us down a silly rabbit hole over there. So let's go over here. And okay, so this is a string. Am I in the right place? So let's just go here. Okay, it's already 3 values, but watch this. Here we go. It's 3 values when it's here, but somehow it becomes 2 values after this, whatever happens over here. So if duplicates is true, in this case, duplicates is false. So that means it's getting over here. And what we'll do now is we'll go here and we'll do duplicates false, unique array, and then somehow this over here is, yeah, okay. Let's just do this. The following logic is not passing 3 values as expected. Is not always passing. In some cases, is passing 2 values. Okay. Then what I'll do is let's see if it will come right. And what we'll do is let's go and print the actual input by the time it's here. So console. I want to get the full one so that we can pass it to GPT and give it a test case that it will work with, because we created our own test case. Okay, I just want to, so remove duplicate items from the shuffle. So all right, so let's do this. We can say, can you run at least 20 tests using the following array? This is cool, by the way. I don't think people realize is that, why don't you go and ask GPT to go run the tests? Can you run at least 20 tests using the following string array? Give it context to ensure that you receive 3 values every time. Well, I wanted you to run the test, man. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's copy this. Go over here. It's been funny over here. Oh, I think this was the problem the first time. Because okay, here we go. I pasted over that one, and then I think this has to go out. That's what was causing the loop earlier on. That was my bad. Okay, so let's go and run this. Ah, that was a bit of a smack in the face. Let's try something. No. Man. It failed the first time. Here we go. Once again, this is, why does it, okay, let's try this. We are still receiving, there's something logical to this. Maybe we should try this, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. On the fourth one, all right? Let's try again. 1, 2, 3. No, okay. We are still randomly receiving this happens every third or fourth run. Come on, man. What are you doing? That's cheating. If result.length is equal to x, that's cheating. You can't do that. All right, so let's just go this. I shouldn't have said yeah. Okay, so we are still randomly receiving two values from the what's it? From the unique array. Yeah, from the unique array. Where are you? We are still receiving randomly receiving from the unique array logic you provided. Okay. Just copy the code and see if we can come right. This happens a lot of times to me, is that GPT's got to fix itself. It tries certain things, but it doesn't seem to properly test the validity of the logic that it's providing. It doesn't seem to have as many scenarios as what like we're trying to do over here now. What is happening here? let's do a console.log test. Something is wrong here. Okay, clear. Cancel, save, reload. Man, I can't believe we have to struggle with this last issue. I wonder, I keep thinking it's a loop, but I think it's actually just something going wrong in CodePen. I don't know, I don't want to blame things, but it just, yeah, this seems to now always return 3. So let's go back to let's validate our logic. And we know that this is no longer required. So I'll do a cleanup before I publish this to CodePen so that everyone can use it. Good. So now what we want to do is we've got a string, the separator are spaces, and we know that if we pass any other separator that it's just going to return the whole string and return the whole value. So let's maybe try something over here. Let's make the separator a dash. Let's just make sure this thing's refreshing. Okay. What are you doing? An infinite loop was detected, so we stopped its execution. I hear you, but when did the infinite loop occur? I assumed it was a loop. I don't know if it was now or when, but you see, it's still looping. Is it doing it now? Maybe if I just... And now it's working, and now it's looping. All right. Not as easy as what we thought, huh? To create like this all-powerful randomize function. And some might argue that I shouldn't have gone in this direction and rather made it very compact and rather logical and do things yourself. But we are working with a lot of interesting scenarios over here to say, listen, how do we measure certain things? How do we determine things like duplications and stuff? So now, clear. I wonder if that will reset it. Console, nothing. It's broke. Okay, cool. I am going to finalize this by seeing what I can do just to sort it out. So apologies if I'm not talking. And what I'll do is, for those that are joining, I'll just make sure they know put that on the screen so that if people see that I'm silent, they know why. Okay, cool. I'm going to jump in here and fix this once and for all. So we know that the logic is... I wonder if I close this and I open it, will it at least remove the loop issue? Okay. Now, maybe Bard can help us. Maybe Bard can help us. Let's try. Let's see. It's automated logic. is causing some sort of infinite loop. Interesting. Let's try. Keep doing that. Slowly. Okay. This E string. Okay. I'm happy that that seems to be working. So I don't want to keep doing a console log on top here. Let's just remove that. Clear this. And let's do 10 quick runs. See if we're happy. Yes. Ah. Come on. Okay, so the loop issue is resolved, but is now again randomly returning two values. Instead of 3, every third or fourth attempt. Yes, what are you doing? This alone is probably a very, very, it's a function that can exist on its own, to be very honest. Come on, where are you? There. Okay. Please, come on. I have an idea. Let's go to that test case that it created for us. This is the one. Yeah, let's go to this. I want to see if this actually works, because then maybe something else is wrong. So I'm just going to do that out for now. And I'm just going to say function test run. And then all it's going to do is just perform this logic. Okay. So clear and test run. Why this there? No, it doesn't work. Undefined. So you're just running 20 times, but yeah, okay. And then what is undefined? It's clear. Why is it doing that? undefined format. Was it always doing that? Because if I just randomize this, I don't get undefined. So what's been undefined over here? Okay, never mind. Okay. So even this is something that's not working. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to do this. All right. Const input. Let's try Bard. Give it a chance. All right. The following JavaScript logic. The following JavaScript logic returns two values when it should be returning three. Sometimes or randomly returns two values when it should be returning three. Okay, let's just try this. So we'll paste that over there. So we've got our input. We've got our yeah. So we've got x is 3. I just want to focus on this function for now. I don't want to really collect all unique values. Okay. We only want that. Okay. So let's see here. It wants x as well, hey? There's x. Okay. So we have to just go here and say that const x is equal to 3. Let's see if this works. The battle of Bard and GPT. That's interesting. We would have to validate. We would have to validate that that what happens if someone brings in less, or like if they want 3 values, but there are only 3, or there are only 2. So we might have to just check that. But let's first just get this working. Oh, that must close. No. What did I do now? Okay, I must just remove this. Okay. So, test run. Man alive. This is crazy. It was worse than before. Let's clear and run again. Two values. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. No, okay. Am I missing something here? No. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do a console.log. I think we're looking in the wrong place. Okay, so I don't want to. I want it back to what it was. I'm going to do a console.log before input. And then during. Okay. Now now we're on unique array. Okay, and then after. So now is less than. See, full remaining values if necessary. I like this logic, okay? But let's just see, where does it go wrong? I think if we can get that right, then we're in a good place. All right. I will enable this, and let's just manually run it ourselves. Should be fine. False, false, okay. Before. Okay. You want to play nice. Okay. Are you serious? There. Look at this. Before, during, we've narrowed down. This is where it's going wrong. Okay. It's this part over here that's going wrong. Oh, no, sorry. What am I saying? During is already where it's wrong. So everything over here. Yeah. This for loop. Something's going wrong over here. Okay. Let's go back to GPT, because I think it's trying to do too much. So let's rather okay, let's try it. Let's see if we can the following. No, cancel. I want the one where, okay, let's just do it new. Following logic is randomly returning two values when we are expecting 3. Okay. So over here, we need input and we need 4. So let's go, yeah. We need these two. All right, so I want this one. Yeah, I want this. I want 83. I think that will do. Oh, and we need the unique array. I suppose it's only fair that we where's visited? Visited. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go. Is lowercase value also used over here? Yeah. Okay, we actually need all of this. Let's see. It knows that it's an ongoing issue. I love how kind or considerate it is. Right. Man. Let's modify the code to ensure that we consistently receive 3 values instead of 2. Here's the updated logic. All right. So nothing changed there. I think I don't think that changed. No. So yeah, this is what changed. Okay. So then if we go here and we take this logic. Okay. Oh no, it's looping. It reaches a condition where it loops. But it's strange though, because man, it's almost as if something. So let's clear this. Let's reload, and then let's run its function and see if it's also going to cause an issue. Okay, so test run. It's looping. What happens if I clear and reinitialize the console? That doesn't do anything. Let's try something. Let's rather give this to Bard now that we've also isolated the incident, and let's see what Bard can do for us. We need to modify. Visited is a new set, and is this thing still trying to run, or is it finished now? Okay, but all right. Note that case sensitivity should be ignored when determining uniqueness. All this logic still work. No, the logic won't work because visited set is only checking for original values, which means that it will not be able to distinguish between words that are the same. To fix this, you need to check for the lowercase values. Okay, so it is lowercase input. Lowercase value. Okay, so it's not, I don't think it's using this. So we can now remove that and we can now paste that. Does this part apply? Anyway, okay, let's see what we can do here. Okay. I should have copied both, actually. Okay, I should have copied both. Let's see. I only copied the one. Oh. Why doesn't that copy? What? Copy. Okay. And then I'm just add this while as well. That should, yeah, that should do it. Come on, Bart, give us a win. Okay, let's give it a go. My bad, sorry. Is it, are we looping again? Okay, let's try something. We know that we want, yeah. Okay, let's try one more thing. Create a generic function that takes an array and checks and removes and returns. Yeah, so and wait a minute. Collect all unique values. Okay, yeah, and uniquely and returns x random unique values, where x is a value provided to the function. Note values that are the same but different casings should not be considered unique. Maybe I'm just not asking the right questions, or I'm not asking the right stuff. Okay, so let's do this. Get random unique values. Let's go and see how this looks, because all of this will now be removed. It's actually a lot less code. I wonder if we, okay, all the way to here. That will be removed. We will go and create a function. Okay. So value to return value, return amount. Okay, so return values to return, right? Because otherwise we're gonna have conflicts. Where's x again? Was x only there? Okay, and then we can go, yeah, an array. So over there, return, and this will be input, and that's good. See, so input is equal to but if it's going to carry on doing things like this, unexpected end of input 109. Did I do something wrong? Okay. Ah, shit. Excuse my language. My apologies. That should work. Yes, no? Okay. So if I do this now and I'll do test run. Please work. What's not working? Yet if I run this, man. Okay. I did not want to. Okay. If you feel that you can fix your own stuff, then so be it. What are the chances that this is working now? I really don't want to go dissect this code. I've got so many better things to do. I can't believe I'm actually stuck doing the same things as if I would have done it just Googling someone's code and trying to get it fixed. I suppose it could have been worse, but right now, not a fan. So what's the deal? Huh? That still doesn't work. I wonder if it's a code pen issue. Right. Let's do this. Because it's just JavaScript, I'm going to open up my local VS Code environment. All right. Let's just close you for now. And I'm just going to go. JS. All right. So, function randomize. What's your problem? Okay. I'll fix it. Okay. And then what I'll do is let's comment this out. And let's now npm run randomize. Not npm run. Code randomize.js. No, it's the logic. Okay, sorry, CodePen, it's not you. All right. That's looping. GPT, you are in an infinite loop. Okay. Need to Man. All right. Okay. It seems to be a lot shorter. It's still looping. While unique values.length is less than x. Okay, so unique values is an empty array, and while it's less than, the length is less than x, which is 3, the length would be 0, 1. Well, yeah, so the last one it will iterate is fine. So we're doing random index. Value is array random index. If not visited has value.to lowercase. Then unique values dot push value. Visited dot add value.to lowercase. I mean, that's actually very, very easy to understand. Unique values. String is. Okay. If visited dot size is the same as array.length, then we have our values. Okay. While unique values.length is less than, oh, I think I know what's wrong there. While unique values.length is less than x, the problem is visitor.size. We visited. It's not. It's not visitor.size. It's unique values.length. Oh, wait, sorry. We're saying visitor.size. All right, let's do this. So let's say this one, and we want to say we want unique values and we want X. Okay. Then when we get here, test2 is unique values dot length. Test2 is unique values dot length, visitor dot size, and then array dot length. Okay. So let's now do this. Come on, take me to the top. Okay. See the top. Yo, okay. You run pretty fast. Test 1 is 2, 3. Test 1 is 2, 3. Test 2 is 2, 2, 3. So test 1 says that the array length and the math. Test 1, where are you? Test 1 is unique values dot length. So test 1 is 2, and the array length is 3. Okay. So it's 2. Unique values dot length is 2. And X when X is 3. All right. And then test 2 says visitor.size is the same as array.length. If visitor.size is the same as array.length, but visited unique values is 2, visited size is 2, and okay, so what we're going to do here is we are just going to, for fun, break. Okay, number 1. So let's do that. Oh shit. Let's just go to the top here. Where are we? Test 1. Okay. Before test another is. Test 1. So yeah, it's 0 and 3. Then test 2 says 1, 1, 3. So unique values dot length, visitor dot size length. After is test. Okay. So what we'll do here is say const index is equal to 0, and then we can just say index plus plus, and then if index is greater than 3, then back. Also, I want to know oh, sorry. Okay, a little bit more clarity on what's going on over here. Let's see. This is another. So now it's 0, 1, it's 0, 3, 1, 1, 3. Then it's 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, and then it's 2, 3. Is this another? And then after this another is. Okay. I found the problem. I found the problem. I found the problem. Okay. It's logic. When we get to the before, when the before already only has X amount of values. Now we want to say remove duplicates. We should be removing duplicates. Oh man alive. Okay. First remove the duplicates. Okay, we are first make the oh man. Okay. Okay, the logic is just needs to be moved around. Okay, logic just needs to be moved around. So we're going here and we're saying if it's a string, if it's this, if it's that, all good. If it's undefined, then we set it is equal to 1. Although I do feel that we could have just said there x is equal to 1 and removed that logic. Anyways, and then by default, performance is equal to false and duplicates is equal to false. So these must be default values. Separator is equal to space. So input is the only thing that could come through as undefined. So we only care. Else we can do yeah, return invalid input. Please provide a string or object. Okay. So yes, because I will always be expecting an array, and if I okay, I'll deal with that later. Then if we go and say if performance, we use the array.prototype.shuffle method to shuffle the array values. That doesn't work. Okay, we'll get to that now. Use the array prototype shuffle method to shuffle the input array. But how does this... okay, anyways. And then else use math.random. So this is where we manually go and return map item index. Input is equal to input.map.sort.slice based on x. Okay. .map input the actual value. Good. So so now this is where it's only 3 values. We should be this code. So before it shuffles, we should actually first I know what to do. Okay. So what we do here is we want to put this here. Remove duplicate items from shuffled array. Okay. So or from first remove from the array. So if duplicates is allowed, then nothing. But if not duplicates, then go and do this stuff. get random unique values. Okay. And okay, now we go and so we used, yeah, we went and fetched unique values. Now we go and do this performance check. And now if, yeah, so now we do this performance check and okay, that's fine for now. You do this performance, otherwise math.random, and we don't need to run this anymore. And we can actually just say input slice. That's it. That should do the job. I hope this is right. Okay. All right, let's see. So this is a test. So what happens is we should actually show what it, yeah, that works. Okay. We found you. We didn't provide enough context. Okay. So you can go here to this JS and paste that. Okay, good. So randomize input. Yes, 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 yes. Clear. Fish. Okay. All right. So now, final. Okay. We're going to be good now. All right. Okay. So. Let's do 10 and let's remove console logs here. Okay. Clear. Okay, good. One more time. No duplicates. All right. So then we are going to go here and say that if we also still want no duplicates and set the performance to true, Good. Okay, good. Happy. So let's set performance back to false, and let's set duplicates to, duplicates to false. The duplicate should be true now. Sorry, what am I saying? There we go, yes. I like it. Okay, one more time. Yes. Yes, okay, nice. That's working. And then the final thing is we said duplicates must be allowed, but with performance. Let's see how it works. Huh. No unique value, but that could, oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. That was just a ironic result of 10 pulled back. It's working. It's working. Awesome. Okay. We stuck through. Whoever the viewers are that are still watching, thank you so much. We stuck through this. I'm going to clean up this code, but I will do this outside of this live stream. And I'd love to get everyone's thoughts and opinions on what they think of this and did it turn out well. But until next time, we will definitely be working on this a little bit more and build on this to become really, really, really flexible using various kind of input types. So this, we at least sorted out the passing a string value. We need to make it defensive. I think that will be the next live stream, is how defensive we can make this. And if we have to, and I don't think it will take a lot of time, but then from there we will come in and we will start working on the next the version. So we've already got everything working for us from a string array. But what about numbers? What about objects? What about various different kinds of input types? So yeah, good for now. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, cheers.